My people, how's everybody doing today? I hope well. Do me a favor, finger blast that like button down there, two finger it like that. I appreciate it. That'd be a nice thing of you to do. And check out DNKKnives.com. Great company, great person, and great website. If you purchase something from there, you can use this coupon code behind the edge 10 to find yourself receiving 10% off of your order. If you would like to support the channel, there's a link to Patreon in the description, or you can join the My People membership down below. 100% of all donations for the channel go to buying knives for content and for giveaways. Make sure you subscribe. Oh, also, I'm giving away this exact knife on Patreon. The giveaway, if you are interested, just look for my video on my page. It'll say Patreon giveaway. I think it's like 2 videos down, where the odds are fantastic. Right now it's a 1 in 22 chance of winning. This is the titanium version with the inlay and the S35VN blade steel, and it is also a hand rubbed satin blade. This particular knife is not a missionary only plain Jane knife. It has quite a bit going on. Today we are going to talk about just that though. Basic, plain, great knives, but they're just basic and plain. And if you're just somebody that just wants I just want a knife that'll cut shit, then this is some of my personal choices in that realm. Very basic, but useful, and will get the job done. First, we have the QSP Parrot. This particular one is in a reddish micarta with a D2 blade. Very basic, plain Jane, thumb stud, washers, steel liner lock. It will cut and it will carry, and that's all it'll do. Nothing fancy to look at, no spectacular action, none of that going on. Just great knife. These are like 35-40 bucks now. They're available pretty much everywhere. You should check it out at DNK if you want to purchase one though, because you can still get your 10% off. Yeah, can't say much else about this knife. There's nothing really bad about it, but there's nothing spectacular about it either. It's just a pocket knife that will work pretty well. Also, guys, I got my fans going. It is 112 degrees. Sorry if you can hear that. I did turn on my microphones just to try to make the sound a little better, so I do apologize. Next, an old classic. This is the Spyderco Delica. This particular one is a Warncliffe, so that is a little fancier than usual, but this is a Seki City, Japan, VG10 steel, basic pocket clip, basic FRN handle, basic steel. Spyderco does about the best VG10 that can be done. I think the only knife company that I'm familiar with and I have experience with that does VG10 any better would be maybe Falkneven, but you know, it's debatable. But they do a good job. This is a evergreen knife that I don't ever see going ever being discontinued. It still is an excellent knife for everyday use, carry, super light, super useful, and you know, it's one of them knives, man. I like it. That's why I keep it around. Next, in the same family, the Endura. If you just happen to need one just a little bit bigger than little bit bigger than the Delica, then this is the guy for you. This particular one is in ZDP 189, and I have a lynch clip on it. Try not to pay attention to either of those things. This basic version would be in VG10. It is a very straightforward, very excellent pocket knife that does what it needs to do. It cuts shit. Happens to be one of my personal favorite knives ever. And none of these knives in this video are going to be fidgety. They're not all going to be have fancy locks, anything like that. Next up, we have the Baby Banter from Civivi. Again, very small but very straightforward. G10 liner lock, nitro V steel. Will cut some stuff, but it'll never be great at doing anything other than being small. Actually, for such a small knife, I really like this. And a lot of these knives you see on my channel a lot, guys, but not everybody sees every video, so there's that. This particular one is on bearings, though. I believe it is the only one on bearings on this list, but they're negligible. They don't really mean anything on such a small knife, in my opinion. Still, great knife. Relatively cheap at 45, 50 bucks. They're everywhere. There's lots of colors, but it is still just a basic missionary only knife that'll get the job done as needed. Next, another classic. This is the R2D2, which I affectionately call. It's the Rat 2, made by, a company that just recently dissolved or sold. This is still such a great knife. Also the Rat 1, if you need a little bigger, it will get the job done. Ontario Knife Company, as far as I know, they're going to continue to make knives, but it's not going to be the same company. They were bought out by somebody else. I do not know that 100% for sure, but that's what I have a sneaking suspicion. Phosphor bronze washers, steel liner lock, nothing fancy, nothing great. This particular one isn't D2, but they come in OS 8. And if you do want to get a little fancier in your missionary, maybe you want to reach around there and grab the butt, then you can get this knife, the Rat 1, that is, in S35VN. But otherwise, straightforward, plain Jane, pocket knife that does what it's supposed to. And last knife, it's actually two of them. Sorry, I hit the thing there. But they're basically the same thing, and that is a good old-fashioned Mora knife. This particular one is the Mora Bushcrafter. Very straightforward, ready to go. Fixed blade that will do just about anything you need it to do in a pinch, and it is quite affordable. Also, I have another Mora. This one belongs to my son. This is the stainless version. Try not to pay attention to the very fancy ferro rod that is attached to it. I don't have a basic bare bones Mora, but you get the idea of what I'm trying to say. Very basic sheath that works well on both of them. Again, they're not the sliciest things in the world because of the grind. Like cutting up through an apple, it's just going to split the apple. Cutting through any kind of food prep is not really going to be excelling at, but they are excellent for woodworking, opening packages, cutting open bands, any kind of thing that you just need a regular old fixed blade for. They're going to get the job done. I love Mora knives. I know they don't have the fanciest, greatest steel in the world, but I like them and I can't recommend them enough. And if you lose one, as long as it's one of the basic ones, it's only fucking $20, so you're not going to cry about it. Not a big deal at all. Let me know in the comments what your favorite basic bare bones missionary only knife is. I know there's millions of them out there. The only criteria, in my opinion, needs to be it is just as basic as it gets. It's relatively affordable, and it's just there to get the job done. That's all I got for you guys today. Make sure you're good to each other, love each other. Remember, life is short, so don't be a dumb cunt, because then nobody will like you. Later.